Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I got to do this video tonight. It's kind of late. It's 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, so it's kind of early in the West. But uh, we never have big Saturdays. We never have big Saturdays, and right now I'm just trying to figure out. I mean, excuse me, I'm just gonna get you an answer on what kind of Saturday we're having. Um, about how many sales we've had. It's just crazy. Being tied up, you know, we're probably 150% over our normal Saturday here. We have 20 items waiting to be shipped. We have 4 that haven't been paid for yet. Um, Let me see. Another thing I don't talk to you guys about on enough. We don't talk enough about this. Is um, followers. How many followers you have? We are picking up followers like crazy. We've been doing it now for really focusing on it for the last year, and we've gone from like 350 followers till we just have 1,028 followers, and it's important to get repeat business, get repeat business, get repeat business, and so that's going to be important. Okay, so um, we are 8% up over the last 31 days, and we are 21% over this time last year. So last March, we did 21% less than where we are right now. We're coming to the end of the month. We're getting ready to start a new thing on promoted listings. We're selling a bunch of stuff on promoted listings. And I'm trying to keep you up to date because things are selling as we speak. And if you saw the video earlier, promoted listings, I don't even remember what it was. Probably 151, I believe. Well, we're 159 right now. So we're doing a lot of stuff. Anyway, this is some of the stuff that we've sold. Just wanted to show you. No big deal on this one. Oh, puppy's out. Anyway, a pair of tweezers, and then they need some work. But, you know, they did $13 plus $4.50 shipping. Here's a here's a little spring. It's only about that big, with a little pin that holds it in place for this kind of German clock. $9.99 plus $4.50 shipping. I keep telling you guys we charge shipping. That's what we do. Anyway, and it's not because we want to be mean or anything. It's just that the fact of the matter is, like, this movement to ship to the East Coast where we're at only costs about $9. To ship it to California, it costs $11.97. We charge $12, and we always give refunds. You know, if I'm sending it to New Jersey, I'm given a $3-4 refund, something like that. I don't have that in front of me. And people say, well, you know, PayPal isn't refunding the difference in the costs. When you're refunding $2, $3, $4, what's that, 9 cents? Something like crazy like that? You're going to worry about your business over 9 cents? I have such a following that the people, they don't even ask me to combine shipping. We just do it, okay? We have something later in this here. Guy just bought 3 items from me from offers that I sent him, and he knows I'm going to combine shipping, and I'm going to give him a refund for it. And he's down in Texas. Okay, here's another movement. 32. This is from an offer because I can tell just by the price. and we're getting bids too. I forgot that I actually last weekend I said, we never, hardly ever, no, we never put up auctions on Saturdays, but I had a bunch of extra ones, so I just threw them up for Saturday, and we're selling. Anyway, because I did think like, well, everybody will be home, so or most people will be home, and so maybe they'll be buying. So that's what I did. And my competitors, they have auctions closed on Saturdays. I'm like, why am I joining in the fun, you know? And okay, so this piece here, this is an alarm mechanism that goes into an antique kitchen clock. $9.99. I mean, I got hundreds of them, so for $4.50 shipping. This is a pendulum that I sold for $12.99, $4.50 shipping. It goes to an antique Ansonia clock. These are the little hand washers and stuff. I sell them as I get them. I have a ton of them. $9.99 plus $4.50 shipping. But these are all new pictures. And if you notice, my pictures have white backgrounds because that's what sells. Here's a nice motor. Actually, it's a coil for a rotor for for a clock. Anyway, $40 plus $4.50 shipping. And this is a bunch of pins for clock movements, anti-clock movements, and that. These are replacement pins. The $9.99 plus $4.50 shipping. This is a door latch for an old antique kitchen clock, and and I have a friend in the hospital, so I'm watching things. He may be getting an experimental HIV drug today. He's on a respirator, a ventilator for the coronavirus. Anyway, so every time I get a text, I'm looking down. I apologize for that. Anyway, this is a door latch for a kitchen clock. It's actually three different kinds of latches. This kind here, and then these two here are just a push together latch. And this would be for two different clocks. Altogether, there's three movements here. Three parts for different kinds of clock doors. Sorry, this is for a clock door. Okay, so these are brackets to hold a clock movement in a clock. Mounts. This is more mounts. Probably a combined shipping here. This is a really unusual type of balance wheel for a clock. Not quite sure what clock goes to, but it's $30 for, This is a nice 14-karat gold filled hinged pocket watch case. It's a smaller one, 16. It's a 6 size smaller one, and we always put the grams up. We do this to discourage people for scrapping these cases. These are nice cases. We don't want them scrapped. This is way at 38 grams. This price here is way over what they could get for it in scrap, so that's why we do it. But that's $79.99 plus $8.50 shipping. We have a nice clock pendulum here for $9.99 plus $4.50 shipping. We have another clock pendulum here for $9.99 plus $6 shipping because it's a little heavier. This is a really cool clock clock key, probably for a Seth Thomas, but we don't put it. We put it as unbranded. I don't believe it's for Seth Thomas. If we're returning it, I don't like that. So $9.99 plus $4.50 shipping. Here's a nice Ingram movement. By the way, these are marked, so there's no doubt about what they are. This is on an offer. I can tell by $31.99. This was probably originally $39.99, and then I put 20 or 30% offer. No, probably 30% offer. And I paid probably, what is this? Less than $3 for this movement. Okay, this is a really nice watch. I just bought it. I bought it online at an online auction in Illinois. Oh, I don't know, a month ago. I think maybe we have a video of that auction. I'm not sure. Online auctions, we don't do a ton of them, but we do some. This is a large one. This is actually a pretty rare watch. Uh, even though it is, I shouldn't say, it has a low serial number. It's not rare. But they didn't make a lot. Aurora wasn't around very long. Aurora eventually became Hamilton Watch Company, which I'm sure more people know. I've heard of that. And that watch company is here in Pennsylvania, or was here in Pennsylvania to the mid '80s. Anyway, I sent an offer on this one. I found out today that when you're sending offers, like we sent a bunch of offers on Tuesday, and this watch was probably one of them, had 15 watches on Tuesday. Did notice that it had 17 watches today. Nobody took me up on the deal to buy the watch on Tuesday. So it had been Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday was done. So we kind of let it sit to the weekend, figuring that more people will be home by the weekend and maybe we'll catch somebody, really looking for it. What I didn't know was that I couldn't go back to those 15 people. I guess there's a time, I have to wait 30 days or something like that because I haven't read it. I'm just assuming because eBay doesn't want us annoying people all the time. So when I pushed send offers and I said it had, 17 watchers, said only 2 people are eligible to get an offer for this. So that's where I kind of said, oh, okay, because I know I put this up and I thought there was only 15. So we had gained 2 watchers, and so the offer just went to those 2. Didn't go to the other 15, went to those 2. And one of those 2 sent a counter offer to me for $100. And then this person, shouldn't say, this buyer came in and snapped it off before I even got a chance to even counter offer this person's offer. So it's really interesting. I mean, so the guy who hesitated lost for $19 essentially because he offered me $10. And so that's a pretty cool one. This is a really, really nice watch. This person will be very happy with this watch. This is a chime bar for a clock. Pulled it out of I'm talking in another video I did earlier today about when you're at home, go through stuff that you haven't looked at for a while because there'll be something in there that you can just throw up real quick. This is one that what I did. We've gone through, you get a box lot of something, you go for all the glitz and the glory and all the stuff, and then you end up putting it aside and coming back to it later because you're just trying to clean up something, and here you come across this, you put it up for $10, and it sells. And this hasn't been up very long. Well, it's probably up a week, if that. And to me, a week isn't long. We have a lot of stuff up. And anyway, so this is a movement. We saw a lot of movements. This is an older movement, probably from the 50s or 60s. I don't know. I never know how to age these movements. It has some corrosion issues. Otherwise, it'd be more. We sell a lot of these movements, but we buy them cheap. Probably that one. I probably had $5 in that movement. And this comes from a picker that I meant to talk to on Friday. And I'll have to talk to him on Monday. He's a really good source for us. I can go and last one with this lot here, I think we got 300 movements. And, so he's always a good source. But this one we bought December, a couple months ago. But we've almost sold all of them. That's how many we sell. We sell a ton. Anyway, I've talked to you about this deal before. This is our number here, code number here is GG. This is 200. This was the 200th item we put up, and this was actually a makeup thing, because we found these. That's the pendulum rod that goes on it, and we found the pendulum, and this part right here hooks right there. And this is an 8-day time only, never been used, marked West Germany, never was used. It's in a box with its original container. We actually, if you notice here, this is a big price for this because it's actually, the person bought two. Okay, so this is a double order. We just raised the price of it because we had to go out and source this piece right here. We had plenty of these and plenty of these. We were short on these, so we had to go out and buy 50 of them because we have another, there's 24 sold, but I think there's 38 still up. And more, it says more than 10 available, but when you go over, this is the app, and so when I go over to real eBay, what I call real eBay, there's like 38. But we have more than that. We have probably another, that 38, there's probably another 50. And so we raised the price because we had to pay up for these. Evidently, there's some more in stock. We're going to buy all of them. But we just sell this movement too. And we just sell the pendulums, which we're probably going to stop doing it because we get more money for the three together than we get for the three separated. Well, this isn't, we're not trying to sell that by itself. Anyway, it's a really, we got cases of these in this cuckoo clock shop that we bought. And it's, you know, just what we bought here will probably triple our money what we paid for the cuckoo clock shop. Anyway, so here's another nice case that we sold tonight. This one has a little, it's 28 grams. It's actually a little bit bigger, not too much bigger, but it wasn't as nice as that first one. So we only got $47.99 for it. Here's a nice watch. This was an offer as well, $47.99. This is probably something I have maybe 10, maybe 12 bucks in this. I don't know. The other one, that one was, this one I probably have $5 in. I should tell you what I got to buy this for. Here's another case that we sold. And this one I bought right off eBay. And I have like $10 in it. I bought it in a large group. I don't have 10 in it. I have maybe $4 or $5 in it. I bought it in a big, massive lot of, they call junk. Well, I got $32 for it, so it's not bad. Is that it? Guess that's all I had up. Oh yeah, 820. I know we've sold a couple things since then, but sales are really good. Our promoted listings are really, really, really good. Again, I'll give you the numbers on that. You can look at the other video we did today, and you can see the differences. I'm just going to spin it around and let you see. Okay. And you can see everything. All right. If you're looking for stuff to sell, you're looking for what kind of stuff you should look at to sell, I would suggest some of you, it's like different restaurants. You like different menu, you like different, sorry, I'm getting, I took my, let me see here. Okay. We're getting bids. You like different kind of restaurants. Some people like Mexican food, some people like Chinese food, some like, American food, whatever. I'm going to give you two sites that you should go look at and And the thing that I tell people all the time is I like to pick people's brains. I watch my competition because competition helps me know where the market is. And so I think if you went over and watched Resale Rabbit, he's and I'll have links below. Resale Rabbit is one. Um, Craigslist Hunter, and it's really hard for me to say this Craigslist Hunter because I'm so not used to even, I'm like, is Craigslist still going? Because I don't even follow it. Anyway, I remember when Craigslist was the biggest thing to follow, biggest scam too. But anyway, um, so Craigslist Hunter, Pete out in Illinois, Crystal Lake, I think, and Resale Rabbit up in he's in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Anyway, stop and take a look at them. If you want to do research, really make your business jump, these are the kind of people you need to talk to. Uh, uh, and let's talk about Pete. He really is good. I mean, his Outpost store is closed right now because of the virus, but he has backup after backup. So he's doing it with eBay, which he always sells on eBay, and I'm sure his finances are hurting because of the loss of the store, but also he has that store in order to get stuff to sell, and it just opens door after door after door when you have that much visibility. And you know, um, he does Amazon, he does that, and he doesn't turn away bulk buys of anything if he thinks he can make a buck on it. Um, the only thing, I say this and I disparage people sometimes, and I don't want to, but you know, when people go, well, can I buy something for $1 and sell it for $1.50? And or can I buy something for $100 and sell it for $150? I would rather you be buying something for $1 and selling it for $1.50, but you have to buy 1,000 of them. Okay, you can't buy just one. People that buy something for $1 and sell it for $2, or people that buy something for $1 and sell it for $3 think they're doing well. They're really not. They're going to get eaten up. There's a vortex out there that's going to just sweep you away. And it's usually the flush of a toilet because that's where your money's going. I'm just telling you. It's great to buy in bulk if you can buy at a really good price. Resale Rabbit will show you that part of it, but if you like vintage and you like cool stuff and you have a good eye for it, and you can get enough of it, because look, Pete has this big store. That's the only way he gets away with it. Okay, if he didn't have that big store with stuff coming in every day and being able to flip stuff and then have people come in and buy some of the stuff there too, and he gets a big name on YouTube, and he's a nice guy. Okay, he's an entrepreneur at its best. So don't think that you're that good. I mean, I don't, we do a lot of money. I mean, we have a big business. I mean, I have employees. Well, I don't have any employees right now because we had to lay them off. But I never think I'm too big. I never think I'm too big not to learn. I learn stuff every day, every single day. And one of these days, I'm going to learn to stop looking at that, start looking up there. That's when I'm learning this too. My son Jeff goes, right before we started this video, I said, do you have 5 minutes? Because I need to see how to set up the screen. I did set up the screenshot, so that worked out pretty good. Guys, I'm just here. I want to have some fun, but I want you to learn something, because there's a lot of stuff I've learned over the 20 years I've been selling on eBay, and I promise you, I will not steer you wrong. I'm not going to try to sell you anything. I don't want you to, I want you to learn on your own. I teach people on the weekends. I haven't been able to teach the last 2 weekends because of this virus thing. So I'm teaching over the phone, basically to one guy that, you know, I help him source his stuff. I sell him stuff myself, uh, and I want to see him make money. If he buys $100 stuff from me, I make sure that he makes $400 on it. I just, that's the way I am. I'm not making my kind of margins when I'm selling it to him for that. But I like when when I had my clock shop and I apprenticed for 4 years under a master clockmaker. I got my certificate or my whatever certification, and I had 5 apprentices that came through me. One works still at a German cuckoo clock factory, company. Shouldn't say factory, but company in Germany. But that's what I do. That's what I'd like to do. And I'm teaching people, clocks right now, restorations and what between cases and movements and everything else. I mean, that's what we do. And unfortunately, with this, and I don't get paid. I don't charge them one penny. Okay, we have fun. We go to auctions. I get intel from them, but I don't charge them a dang thing. We have well, I should say I do charge. One guy that I work with a lot, he's my HVAC guy, so I get free HVAC service. I mean, I pay for any equipment or any, Freon or whatever it is they call it. I pay for that stuff, but I don't pay for his time. So he's really good too. So, but we've become really good friends. And I met him at an auction probably about 4 years ago. And we became really good friends. But this is what I'm trying to tell you is if you're not having fun doing this, I'm having fun doing this. My son came up to me the other day and goes, "Yeah, I've seen a couple of tapes you've done or recordings you've done, and you don't seem to be with it." And I'm not. Well, I am more the last day or two. I'm very concerned about my friend. But sometimes you just have to put it aside. And actually, there's a couple videos I made that were very therapeutic for what we're all going through. I mean, do something that you like to do. And although I'm not saying lots of people like to play basketball, but they're not very good at it. I like to do these videos, but I don't know if I'm very good at it. So anyway, but I'm good at business, and I'd love to help you. I've been doing this for a long time, but I've owned 3 other businesses that were all very successful, and this is the one that I've been doing, sometimes part time, but in the last 10 or 14 years full time, and I love it. I love it, and I'll do. I'll do a video on our warehouse. I'll do a lot of other things. Our office is a little bit better. You can see some of it when you go look through. If you follow us on Facebook or if you follow us on Instagram, you can find links for that down there too. But otherwise, just look up JRCLOCKER. That's who I am. We're JRCLOCKER. I'll tell you a quick story. One really quick story. Then I gotta go. I was sitting in an auction. I don't know, last May. All right, so coming up on a year ago. And it was in West Virginia, way far south West Virginia. And I'd been there already 2 or 3 times. I think this was the 3rd time I'd been there. Big estate, selling all their watches and their clocks and tools and all this stuff. And so my wife it was one of those things that just my wife and I went. My son was still in school and in college. My oldest son was still in college at the time. He just graduated last June. And my youngest son was in college as well. He goes to Pitt. But we decided, well, we're just going to go. And so we went all 3 times because it was over about a year. It was a May, I think May of 18, November of 18, and then May of 19. So we went 3 times. That's how long it took. And there's a ton of stuff. And we packed out full every time. But at the last one, we got talking to this guy, and he goes, "You sell on eBay, right?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "I've seen you here a couple times." He goes, "What's your username?" And so I had a program in front of me, and I took my pen out and I just wrote it down, on the paper, and because I didn't want to say it out loud, because I know that there's other people there, and I know that there's probably competition, my competition here. I wrote it down. He goes, "Oh, I bought stuff from you. Nice to meet you." Anyway, it was funny. You had to be there, I guess. But to me, it was funny that I wrote this name. I wrote it down on purpose because I didn't want. He didn't say, because I wrote it down. He didn't say the name. He just said, "I know you," And that's what we do. We have a lot of fun. This time last year, we were going to a big auction in Illinois, and we come walking in. We come walking in. It's a Saturday auction. No, I'm sorry, it was a Sunday auction. We come in Saturday afternoon. It's a 2-day auction, but they're doing our stuff on Sunday, and we come walking in the back door because we didn't know that we were going to be able to preview on Saturday, but we went to the auction house and they were having an auction and the stuff was there, so we started previewing. And the auctioneer looks over at me and Jeff. That was my son Jeff and I were there at that time only. And they go, "Are you the people from Pennsylvania?" I said, "Yeah." "Hey, folks, these people came all the way from Pennsylvania. They'll be here buying clocks and watches tomorrow." I'm like, "Oh, no, 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 no." Anyway, we keep a very low profile, very, very low profile. And many years ago, my son Jeff and I were at an auction. I talk about Jeff in the business a lot because my youngest son is in medical school, so he's not going to be doing this business. He's smarter than us. Anyway, no, but that's his passion. This is our passion. Jeff's been having this passion forever. This coronavirus thing, they said that people can't raise $400. Well, I taught him a long time ago how to raise a couple $1,000s in less than 24 hours, and he knows very well. And he because normally when stuff's going to crap, gold prices go up. Well, he has a hoard of gold that he can sell in a heartbeat. But anyway, I did want to say that that we were we try to keep a low profile, and we're sitting at an auction. This is long time ago, and he's sitting there. And at that time we were doing a lot of Etsy, and we were doing a lot of art stuff. And my son is actually a fine arts major. He graduated last spring. And anyway, so he's putting some stuff together, and another artist comes up and sits next to him and says, "Can I ask you a question?" And he goes, "Sure." He goes, "Is your dad going to buy everything?" And Jeff turned to her and goes, "I think so." And I'm like, and I just get a kick out of it because I won't buy anything if it's not priced right. But I just thought it was funny that because I just thought it was funny that was his reaction. He didn't really know. He was probably, I don't know, 12. It wasn't. He wasn't that. He's probably 15. He's 26 now. And he's going to be taking over the business. That's what we're grooming him for. He loves it. And he loves to hunt. And, go out there and hunt. Find your niche. Don't overpay for it. Don't overpay. I would challenge anybody. I mean, I know not electronics. Electronics are a little funny, iPhones and stuff. I couldn't do that. But most collectible stuff, most everything like that, I can probably find you good deals. I had somebody say, "Oh no, I can't get anything decent out here," and it was in Eugene, Oregon. And so I sent her a link. I said, "I see you sell vintage and antique cameras." I said, "Do you know that in less than 10 days there's going to be this big auction for antique and vintage cameras?" And she said, "No, I didn't know that. How did you find that out?" I'm like, "Well, I use Auction Zip, and you just put in your zip code and say 50 miles or 200 miles or anywhere in the country, and you put in your keywords, cameras. That would be a good one." And this came up, and I'm like, "I think it's about 14 miles away from where you live, and or the city that you're in." And she went, she bought, she did really well, and she had no idea that it was just right out there. And I will. There's a video that we have in our channel that shows us inside an auction. It's no big mystery. If you go like this, they're not going to take you as a bid unless you've been doing this all night long trying to bid. And you know, but you sit down, left leg out, left leg in, whatever. You're not going to take bids. And if they do, you say, "Oh no, that wasn't a bid. No, 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 please." They go, "Okay, go back, 15, 20, 25, 30. No, 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 I'm not 30. Okay, 25. It's no big deal, you know. And, it's really easy. We're going to do, hopefully, when all this settles in, we're going to start doing more videos and really exploring auctions for y'all. Anyway, subscribe. Write any questions that you might have. I'd be glad to answer them for you. Any comments. And I will see you next time. Remember, I'm going to flip through. We sold a lot of stuff. And I think my son said that well, this was just this evening. It started at 5:38, okay? And I stopped doing the shots at 8:20. And this had just sold. And this is actually not even paid for yet because I have to do a combined shipping. All right, so get out there. I hope you're all safe. And stay home, practice good, virus hygienics. It's really important. And if you want, say a prayer or wish good wishes, send good karma, good vibrations, whatever it is, for my friend Mark, who's really struggling right now and fighting for his life. All right? You have a good evening. Thank you for coming by.